What happens when the war you thought you understood becomes far more dangerous than anyone imagined? What if the greatest battle isn't just against powerful enemies, but against fear, secrets, betrayal, and the darkness growing inside yourself? Onyx Storm takes listeners deeper into a thrilling world of dragons, deadly politics, forbidden truths, and emotional choices that could change everything forever. Set in the intense and dangerous world readers first entered in the Empyrean series, Onyx Storm continues the journey of Violet Sorrengail, a young dragon rider who has already survived impossible odds. But survival alone is no longer enough. The threats surrounding her are growing stronger, alliances are becoming uncertain, and the truth about the world she lives in is more terrifying than she ever realized. From the very beginning, the story carries a sense of urgency and emotional tension. Violet is no longer the fragile student people once underestimated. She has grown stronger, smarter, and more determined. But with greater power comes greater responsibility and greater danger. One of the most compelling parts of the story is Violet herself. She's intelligent, resilient, and constantly forced to adapt in situations that test her physically and emotionally. Unlike traditional fantasy heroes who seem fearless, Violet often struggles with doubt, fear, and emotional exhaustion, and that vulnerability makes her feel incredibly human. As the story unfolds, Violet finds herself trapped in a world filled with secrets and political manipulation. Powerful leaders hide dangerous truths, and the line between right and wrong becomes increasingly unclear. Trust becomes one of the novel's biggest themes, because in a world shaped by war and ambition, even allies may have hidden motives. The dragons remain one of the most exciting and unforgettable parts of the story. Their bond with riders is deeper than simple partnership. It's emotional, instinctive, and powerful. The connection between dragons and humans adds intensity to every battle and emotional weight to every decision. Rebecca Yarros does an incredible job balancing large-scale fantasy action with deeply personal, emotional moments. While the world is filled with danger and conflict, the emotional relationships between characters remain at the center of the story. The romance in Onyx Storm is intense, emotional, and filled with tension. Relationships are tested by loyalty, sacrifice, and the constant pressure of survival. Love in this world is not simple. It's dangerous, complicated, and often painful. But those emotional struggles make the connections between characters feel even more meaningful. Another major strength of the novel is its pacing. The story constantly moves forward, blending emotional conversations, shocking revelations, dangerous missions, and intense action scenes. Every chapter feels important, pulling listeners deeper into the mystery and danger surrounding the characters. But beneath the dragons and battles, Onyx Storm also explores powerful emotional themes. It asks difficult questions about leadership, sacrifice, truth, and survival. How much should someone sacrifice to protect the people they love? Can trust survive in a world built on secrets? And what happens when the truth threatens everything you once believed? The world building becomes even richer as the story expands. New dangers emerge, hidden histories are revealed, and the political conflicts become more complex. The story constantly reminds listeners that war is never simple, and neither are the people fighting it. One of the most emotional aspects of the book is watching characters struggle under pressure. Fear, grief, loyalty, and hope all collide as they face situations that force them to grow and change. Every victory comes with consequences, and every decision carries emotional weight. Without revealing major spoilers, the story builds toward powerful twists and emotionally intense moments that completely reshape the future of the series. Rebecca Yarros masterfully creates suspense, keeping listeners constantly wondering who can be trusted and what danger is coming next. What makes Onyx Storm especially compelling is how it combines fantasy excitement with emotional realism. The dragons, magic, and battles are thrilling, but the emotional journeys of the characters are what truly make the story unforgettable. At its heart, this is a story about resilience, about continuing to fight even when the odds feel impossible, about protecting the people you love while trying not to lose yourself in the process. it's also about discovering strength in places you never expected. Violet's journey reminds listeners that courage doesn't mean never feeling afraid. Real courage means moving forward despite fear, pain, and uncertainty. Whether you love fantasy worlds, dragon riders, emotional romance, political intrigue, or fast-paced adventure, Onyx Storm delivers a gripping experience that keeps listeners completely hooked. The audiobook especially brings the tension and emotion to life, making every battle more intense and every emotional moment more powerful. And by the time the story reaches its final moments, you're left wanting more. More answers, more adventure, and more time in this dangerous, unforgettable world. So if you're ready for a fantasy filled with dragons, secrets, emotional intensity, and high-stakes adventure, go ahead, find the full audiobook, press play, and experience Onyx Storm for yourself.